If you follow us on social media, at Brief Brain Facts, you may have noted some recent changes I've made to my life. The big one being that I quit my primary job, largely in part due to the phenomenon in which we're describing today. So, without further ado, on Brief Brain Facts, we're discussing worker burnout, its causes, and its effects on the brain. Worker fatigue, better known as worker burnout, isn't classified as a medical condition in the United States, but it is in other Western nations where an estimated 13% of workers are affected. Burnout may occur in any occupation and may affect anyone, but it does seem to be more common in professions such as teaching or the medical field, where approximately 50% of workers report intense levels of burnout. Job burnout is classified as a continued reaction to emotional and interpersonal stressors that result in feelings of exhaustion, depersonalization, that is, feelings of detachment, and the feeling that one is unable to succeed or accomplish tasks and goals. These feelings have been shown to lead to one quitting their job or even getting fired. There's a distinction between worker burnout and other conditions like depression and anxiety, but there is clear overlap. Burnout shares many symptoms with depression, and these symptoms include fatigue, anxiety, irritability, emotional exhaustion, aches and pains, insomnia, and problems with concentration and memory. According to researchers, there are 6 sources that may lead to worker burnout, and they include, first, feelings of lacking control, meaning you don't really have much of a say about what you do on the job. Second, that your personal values are in conflict with the values of your workplace. Next, that you aren't being rewarded for the amount and or type of work that you're conducting. Fourth, that you may have been saddled with just too much work, resulting in work overload. Additionally, there are clear signs of favoritism causing workers to sense intense bias or unfairness within the workplace. And finally, the workplace atmosphere is toxic in that there is no community, leading to an inability to resolve conflicts, little to no feedback about the work being produced, and lacking meaningful connections with colleagues. In addition to feelings of exhaustion, depersonalization, and lacking accomplishment, workplace burnout does accompany physiological effects, and even the potential for experiencing burnout may be able to be measured by conducting saliva tests that look at cortisol levels. Cortisol is a hormone that is produced to help lessen or alleviate stress. According to researchers, workers experiencing burnout produced higher levels of cortisol at both midday and during the evening, compared with their non-burnout peers. In fact, researchers had a 100% accuracy rate in identifying workers experiencing burnout, simply by measuring the levels of the stress hormone cortisol. A more serious side effect of work-related burnout may be its potential effects on the brain. Researchers have discovered that worker burnout can change the neural circuitry in the brain. Chronic stress and the release of the hormone cortisol may produce a problematic cycle in which chronic stress lessens people's neurological ability to rebound from negative situations, thereby resulting in more stress. In a study designed to measure the effects of worker burnout on the brain, researchers tested both healthy individuals with no history of chronic stress or other mental illnesses against a group of worker burnout participants. Both groups completed 2 tasks that assessed their ability to monitor and control negative emotions, all while undergoing resting state fMRIs or functional magnetic resonance imagings of their brain. The imaging was designed to measure the connectivity between areas in the brain. The researchers displayed a series of standardized neutral and negative images that would occasionally accompany a sudden and loud sound burst designed to startle the participant. The 2 subject groups showed similar responses to the material when told to maintain or heighten their emotional reactions. Differences emerged when told to lessen or neutralize their emotional responses to the negative images. The burnout group exhibited stronger reactions to the startling noise than the non-burnout group. Further, clear differences were seen in the amygdala, an area of the brain associated with emotion, such as aggression and fear. In the burnout group, the amygdala was enlarged and appeared to have stronger connections between other areas of the brain associated with emotional distress. And the more self-reported stress experienced by the participants, the stronger those connections. Interestingly, the burnout group showed a weaker association between amygdala activity and the mesial prefrontal cortex, which is an area of the brain responsible for executive functioning. These researchers suggest that the weaker connections between the amygdala and prefrontal cortex may explain why the burnout group had a more difficult time moderating negative emotion. Luckily, the brain is pretty plastic and may be able to bounce back from all of these negative effects of worker burnout if changes are implemented. Such things that can be done on an individual level are to take vacations, spend more time among family and friends, develop hobbies and other areas of interest so that your work doesn't define who you are. And if all else fails, you can, for both your mental and physiological health, walk away and find a better fitting job or profession. Have you ever left a job due to worker burnout? Feel free to comment below. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. As always, thank you for watching.